you're new here, my name is Claire and I'm a young single mom of 2 and I have Irish twins, which means that my babies are less than a year apart. They are 10 months apart to be exact. And in this vlog, I showed you how I got this makeup look. It's my everyday makeup routine. And I also talked about crazy rehab stories, my pregnancy with Ava, and a couple like other miscellaneous things. So if you want to keep watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to give this video a thumbs up. And I love you guys and enjoy the vlog. And I already did my foundation, so that way I could like talk to you guys and be a little bit more, I don't know, I've been trying to film this, but I keep like stopping and talking because I have such bad ADHD and it's so hard for me to like talk to you while I do my makeup. Like, I don't know why. But anyways, I'm just gonna try my absolute hardest. So if you see me looking over here, it's because I have a mirror right here. And Jax is up. He's under my seat right now playing. So if you hear him, that's what that is. And I also have the TV on for him. So if there's background noise, that's what that is as well. So the next thing that I do is my bronzer. But you guys already saw like how I do my makeup step by step in my first Get Ready With Me. So I'm just gonna like talk to y'all while I do it. Or I'm gonna try to. Look what he did to my bronzer. I don't even know what that is inside of it. Can you... I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. I'm just gonna get my other bronzer stick that I don't let them play with. I let them play with this because it's old. Is that mold in there? I don't know what that is. I don't think mold can grow on concealer. I don't know, that's so gross. Okay, anyways. So, your girl is single. As you saw my cheating vlog, and the single life is going great. I have been single all my life until I met Justin. I never had a boyfriend because I never wanted to depend on somebody to make me happy, and I hate wasting my time on people. So like my logic when I was like 16 and 17 and 18 and 19 was like, why would I date someone if I'm not gonna marry them? You know what I mean? And when I met Justin, I felt like a really strong connection with him. So I felt like either we were gonna be like best friends for a long time, or I was gonna date him. And obviously we ended up dating and having babies together, which was not planned, by the way. Your girl's period came late, like 3 weeks. Well, no, that's a lie. I never got my period. But it was like 3 weeks late, and I was like, let me take a prego test. Don't eat the bronzer. And that shit came up positive. The fastest, let me tell you, I've taken a couple pregnancy tests in my time that I'm not proud of to say that, but it's true. And that was like the fastest positive result I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've never been pregnant before, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, when I peed on it, like that shit came up like that. I was like, your girl's pregnant. No, I started crying. Yeah, I started crying because I knew my mom would kill me. Anyways, so yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. It was from the pregnancy test, obviously. But, oh, that's what I was saying. I was scared to death about what my parents were gonna do. So I had the worst anxiety for like 3 weeks. Like, it was so bad. And I already struggle with anxiety, and I like take medicine for it. So like this anxiety was really bad anxiety. Anyways, and so I just did not know how to tell my mom. And so I called her and I was just like, Mom, I have to tell you something. And she already guessed. She was like, are you pregnant? Was the first thing she said. And I was like, and she goes, Claire, and then hung up on me. Yep. And then I'm not trying to put my mom on blast or anything, but my parents tried to get me to have an abortion. They tried to get me to put my Ava up for adoption. And I have always wanted to be a mom. Like ever since I was really young, I always knew I really wanted to be a mom, and I always wanted to have a bunch of kids, and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and be like a housewife, and I wanted that to be my job. And I knew this like in the 5th grade. My hair looks cray, sorry. But I knew that in the 5th grade that I literally wanted to have a family. And in the 5th grade, I was okay with like if I woke up the next day and if I woke up like 30 years old with babies, like that was my dream in the 5th grade. So when I got pregnant with Ava, I knew, I don't believe in abortion. So I knew I wasn't gonna have an abortion. I knew I would never give my baby away. So no matter what my parents said, I was like, fuck you. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, but I was like, fuck you. Jax, don't put that in the camera. I'm gonna have my baby. So obviously I had Ava, and then I got pregnant right after I had Jax. And Ava was born in December, and in February, so January, February, I already knew I was pregnant with Jax. So like I was pregnant for 2 years straight. And my hormones, I was psycho, like psycho. Justin will tell you all about it. I'm sure he would love to tell you all about that. But my hormones were just like all over the place because being pregnant already messes with your hormones. And then with me being pregnant, oh, I forgot to contour my nose. And then with me being pregnant like 2 years in a row, like that really messed your girl up. So I'm like scared to get pregnant again because, or like have another baby because of like my postpartum depression and like all how my hormones were like. So I don't know about another baby anytime soon. I don't have anyone to have the baby with anyways. Considering Justin cheated on me and I don't want to have another baby with him, you know, no. So it kind of sucks because my kids are so close in age that if I have another one, I don't want them to be like left out, you know what I mean? But maybe I'm only meant to have 2, or maybe I'll be like 40 and I'll have like a baby, I don't know. So at the moment, we're done making babies. I'm done making babies. And I have the IUD in, so I know I'm Gucci. No more babies. That's another thing. I was not on birth control with Justin, and he literally told me that he could not have babies, okay? He told me, he was like, I got hit in that area with like a skateboard, and he was like pissing blood, and the doctor told him he could never have babies. And so my not very smart brain believed him, and I was not on birth control, and we would obviously have sex all the time, and I never got pregnant. And so I was like, oh, he's really telling the truth, like you really can't have kids. 6 months later, I find out I'm pregnant with Ava. So I was like, you liar, first of all. And second of all, like doctors literally will tell people like they can't even. No. What? Stop. You want me to stop filming? He's telling me to stop filming. But like doctors tell people that they like can't walk ever again, and then they walk. Or like you're gonna die and then they don't die. Like that's a little dramatic. But you know what I mean? Like doctors don't know everything. Like they don't at all. Sorry. So that doctor was clearly wrong. All right, you can live that. All right, so anyways, he was clearly lying about that. Or I mean, I guess he thought he was telling the truth. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyways, so since my parents wanted me to have abortion or give my baby up for adoption, I was so shameful when I was pregnant. Like I did not post on Instagram that much. I did not take a bunch of, even like for my personal sake, like I didn't even take like a lot of pictures of my belly. Like, I just felt so shameful. And then I also thought that people that knew me, their reaction would be like, oh, of course Claire's pregnant. Like, she would get pregnant type of thing. So I really didn't want to make a big deal about it. And I really regret it because, one, I don't have a lot of pictures. Two, I didn't really document things. And three, like, it sucks that I felt so shameful for something that is such a beautiful experience, and that some people, like, would love to get pregnant and they really can't, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. And that's why, like, right now, like, I do my YouTube channel because I don't want to live, like, I don't want to look back and regret things, because I already regret things with, like, how I dealt with my pregnancy with Ava. And so, what are you doing? And so, that's why with my YouTube channel, I'm like, I don't give up. And I'm going to film no matter what people think of me or whatever my insecurities are. I'm going to do what makes me happy. And at the end of the day, filming for YouTube and editing and, like, creating content is, like, what makes me happy. Alright, so anyways, as I was saying, so I just felt, like, super shameful when I was pregnant, and I felt like I was going to get judged. And I felt like I was being judged. And, like, when I was working when I was pregnant, because I, without makeup or even with makeup, like, I look really young. And the looks I got were, like, not nice. Like, people would literally look at, like, when I was super pregnant, people would look at me and, like, give me the nastiest looks ever. And I'm like, oh, whatever, it's over with. But, yeah, I guess, like, some people are nice to you when you're pregnant, but for the most part, sorry, I need to get a little close to the mirror to see this, but, for the most part, I guess, yeah, people are mostly nice for the most part, but there would be those people that would give me really nasty looks, and I was like, yo, at least I made it past 16 and pregnant. I was proud of that, so please don't judge me with what I'm saying. I, like, have had, like, 6 coffees today, and I'm still so tired. I don't know how that, and I'm, like, shaking, like, I can really put this in there. But, yeah, what else about my pregnancy? I got a knot in the back of my neck from how often that I would talk to Ava when she was in my stomach, because I would constantly talk to her all the time, and I got, like, a knot in the back of my head. Like, I looked like a hunchback, and it went away, thank God. But, yeah, that was really not good. But I have really bad OCD, and, like, my OCD is listing and, like, saying the same things over and over and over and over and over again. So, like, I would constantly talk to her, but then my OCD would kick in, and then I would have to do it, like, all over again. And I also have a sister, Sarah, who passed away when she was born. So I was, like, super anxious about, like, something happening at birth, or, like, and I already said, like, I'm a very anxious person in general. So I just was, like, anxious the whole time I was pregnant, and then I was trying not to be anxious because I didn't want Ava to, like, feel my anxiety. So then I was, like, anxious about that. So I just, like, talked to her all the time. And I prayed all the time, too. And thank God I had a good, healthy labor and delivery, and she's a healthy baby. And same with Jax. So, everything worked out. Where's your binky, baby? You want me to get your binky?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. What was I just saying? I do not remember what I was just saying. But anyway, sorry if this vlog is all over the place. Like I said, like, oh, how I got a knot in my neck. Ava's up. Hi, baby! All right, let me get them situated and I'll be right back. Okay, so Ava just woke up, as you guys saw that. So she is now watching TV with Jax, so I'm gonna kind of like speed things up because I don't want them, we need to eat. So I'm gonna do this kind of quick. But I love being a mom. Being a mom is like the most rewarding thing ever. It is super hard. It's like, it's so hard. And now that I started working, like, working is so much easier than taking care of 2 babies all day. Like, by far. Like, it's ridiculous. And that's what bothers me when Justin worked and I was a stay-at-home mom, because now I'm like, okay, you gotta go to work all day and I had to take care of them. And then when you came home, you were all tired, but I still had to take care of them. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't really help that much. So, like, not trying to put him on blast or anything, but like, Ava was 6 months old when he gave her her first bath. I'm not kidding. I did it every single night until she was 6 months old. And at 6 months old and something weeks, I think I either forced him or I don't know what, I don't even remember what happened, but he finally gave her a bath and I was like, wow, about time. But anyways, so I love being a mom and I'm so happy that I'm a young mom too, because I feel like when my kids get older, like, I'll be able to relate to them more and I'm not gonna be like some old lady, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I need to like get a little close to do this. So motherhood is going great. Ava is loving school. She's like obsessed with it. Ava, do you love school? She said yeah. Who's your best friend at school? Her best friends are this girl Faye and Ruthie, and she talks about this boy Jackson like all the time. So those are her 3. Oh, and this boy Conter. His name is Conter. I don't know, but yeah, so she really likes them. She loves the kids in her class. Jax is still adjusting. He still cries throughout the day at school, but it's because he misses mama. And Jax and I have a very tight bond. He's definitely, I can't find where I put my foundation to contour. Oh, it's right here. But he's definitely a mama's boy. So, but he's getting way better, they're saying, which is making me really happy because I don't want him to be crying all day. You know what I mean? So that's good. So what I was gonna talk about when I was doing my makeup with you guys was I wrote notes and everything on this, okay? So I was gonna talk about like my rehab and my rehab experience and like how it was and everything like that. But I honestly like don't really want to talk about rehab right now. Like it just brings, like in my last vlog, if you watched it, like I almost started crying. And it's just because like rehab was like crazy. I'll tell you a little bit about it. So first of all, I went to a very high-end luxury rehab. And it was extremely, like I'll tell you how much it was, just to give you an idea, to like paint a picture of where I was. It was $15,000 a month with insurance, okay? So my parents spent $100 grand on my first rehab. Well, I guess this is the second time they sent me to rehab, but like my first real time like being at rehab for like the first time they sent me to rehab was when I was 16 and it was like a mental institution and I was there for 3 nights and 4 days and they sent me home because they didn't think I had a problem because I made it seem like I didn't have a problem and I told them what they wanted to hear. And so I got sent home, so insurance didn't pay for it and everything like that. My parents were pissed. And so when I got sent to like my real rehab, it was only a 90-day program and I was there for like over 100 days. So, what was I saying? I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting what I'm saying. But, oh, so it was a 90-day program and it was $15,000 a month. I was in like this beautiful log cabin in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina. The middle of nowhere. Like, trees and trees and trees were all around me, and that was it. And so in rehab, okay, they made me go camping. And if you know me, I'm not like some, like, I'm down to earth, but I'm not like some, like, I love nature too. I don't know how to put it. I just am not a camping gal, put it that way. So, you want to know how camping was? Oh my God, let me tell you. So we had to go for a whole weekend every month. So I was there in January, and I got out on April 20th, 4/20, which is kind of funny. Not really, but it's just ironic that that was my checkout date, was 4/20. But anyways, and so I had to go the month of, they didn't make me go the month of January, but I went the month of February, March, and April. And I was in North Carolina. So I was camping in like 20-degree weather in North Carolina in February. And when I mean camping, whoa, I mean like they dropped us off and then we hiked I'm not exaggerating, okay? We hiked 5 miles with all the shit on our back, like a big ass backpack. Someone had to carry the pots and pans for us to make dinner and breakfast and lunch. Someone had to carry like all the water stuff. Like we all had something on our backs, plus all of our clothes, plus all of our camping gear, like everything. Hiked 5 miles, finally got to our spot. Then we had to unpack everything and like set up camp. And then they made us have a meeting in the woods, like an AA meeting in the woods. So we would set up camp. It was like nighttime by this time. So we had a meeting, had a fire, eat dinner, and then we had to put like all of our toothpaste, all of our deodorant, all of our food, throw it over some tree, pull the rope. This is like a group process, okay? Pull the rope so the bears don't come and sniff us and attack us and eat our food. Because like toothpaste smells sweet to them. And so I was freaked out I was gonna get attacked and eaten by a bear the whole time I was camping. And I'm in rehab, right? So I'm there for drugs. And when I was in the woods, like every time I would trip acid, sorry, this might be like TMI, I don't know, but I'm just sharing my life. So every time I would trip acid, I would be in the woods. So I was supposed to be I was in rehab, camping in the woods, and it was supposed to like help me, and all I thought about was acid the whole time and how I wanted to be tripping balls. And I was like, this is not helping me at all. It's making me like miserable, and it's making me think about drugs even more than if I'm not in the woods. And then we literally like heated up our water bottles. Like we had like these jugs of water, and they were like plastic, I guess. We put it by the fire to heat it up, and we would sleep with it in between our legs because that's how cold it was when we were camping. And you're on the hard, cold ground. All we had was a sleeping bag. They put like 3 to 4 girls in each tent, and then we had to go to bed. And then we wake up in the morning, we pack everything up, and then we put it back on our backpacks. Like I'm talking about like we had 70 pounds of shit on our backs. Like I'm not even exaggerating. I wish I was kidding. And then we hiked 5 more miles to our next destination, unpacked everything, and then did it all over again. And we did that for 2 nights and 3 days. So that was the worst part about rehab for me, in my opinion, was I just was not about that camping stuff. Like if it was nice and we were like looking at all these pretty waterfalls and like, you know what I mean? Like I love nature, don't get me wrong, but camping is a whole nother story. Like, whew. I tried to tell my therapist so much. I was like, this is triggering me. That's the word, triggering. I was so triggered in the woods. I was like, this is not helping my recovery at all. Like, please stop sending me out into the wilderness. And she was like, Claire, it's part of the program. I was like, whatever. And then one time we were camping and our tour guide got us lost. And then it started pouring rain. Had no idea where we were. We were lost. And we were sitting there in the pouring rain in the middle of nowhere, not knowing which direction to go, to like how to get to our campsite. That was a great time too. So yeah, camping was not fun. What else? Oh, so in rehab, we were only allowed to have dessert 3 times a week, which sounds like not bad, right? But in rehab, you can't eat what you want when you want to eat it. You eat what they cook you, and you eat the snacks that they give you, and that's your food, right? So if you're on your period and you're craving chocolate, guess what? You don't get chocolate. And you know how bad that sucks when you're on your period or you're about to get your period and you want chocolate? And they don't give you any? And then you get dessert 3 times a week, right? So when it was dessert time, it was like when you feed a zoo, like the whole herd is like right there because we don't get dessert. So everyone would go crazy over dessert and like fight over which piece people got. Like it was awful. And so what I did was, so they locked the kitchen door. So when it was my chore to do dishes, and I called them our babysitters. They were like the people that watched us 24/7. I'm not even kidding, 24/7 we were watched. And at the end of their shift, they had to write a whole piece of paper on like what we ate, what we did, how we acted, our mood, everything. Like, it was ridiculous. So I called them our babysitters. So when our babysitters like walked out of the kitchen really quick to go check on the other girls, I would run, because I was already in the kitchen doing the dishes, so I didn't have to like go through the locked door, I was already in there. So I would run into like where they kept the dry storage, and I would take handfuls, I'm not kidding, handfuls of chocolate chips, and I would shove them in my pockets. And then you would like share the chocolate chips with like who your friends were. And so whoever had dishes like had the good chore because you knew that you could steal the chocolate chips. That's how savage we were. And then people would hide their like snacks that we would get. Do you know what a Beltiva, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but like those Beltiva crackers is like the sweetest snack we would ever get. So if we got like the chocolate Beltivas, like it was like really good. You know what I mean? You know, I didn't eat them personally, and I don't like those. But when we got those, people would steal like the snacks and pretend like they didn't get snacks, and they would put them in their pillowcases and hide snacks in their pillowcases. And then they would do random room checks and like check our rooms to make sure we didn't have like anything in there we weren't supposed to. And people would get caught all the time for stealing snacks, and they would get in so much trouble. And I'm like, okay, well maybe if you fed us like normal people, this wouldn't happen and people wouldn't be such savages. But yeah, we weren't allowed to have milk, tea, or coffee past 3 o'clock. Milk, I don't even know how that makes any sense. So we weren't allowed to have any of those things past 3 o'clock. They would lock the coffee, they would hide the tea, and they would like lock up the milk in the kitchen, in the locked kitchen. So that was that. And I was pissed all the time because my parents were spending thousands of dollars for me to be there, and they like wouldn't make me plain chicken. And I was like trying to eat so clean when I was in rehab, and a lot of people are there for eating disorders, so they try to have like healthy options, but they tried telling me I had an eating disorder because I was trying to eat clean. And I was like, listen people, there's a difference between an eating disorder and eating clean. Like, no, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong if you have an eating disorder at all. But I was just personally like, I know for a fact I do not have an eating disorder. I just need to eat plain chicken and vegetables and like sweet potatoes. Because I thought that I was gonna be doing a competition when I got out of rehab. Little did I know they were gonna send me to another place for aftercare, which is a whole nother story. So that was that. Now it's time for my mascara. And then I'm done. So what other crazy stuff? Oh, okay, so this is like serious though. So one of my roommates lived in Ohio, and she was a prostitute, and she was a meth and heroin addict, and this is really sad. And she was like, her drug dealer was like her, what's it called? I don't even know, like a pimp, I guess you would say, but he would wait out at like this post light where she lived, and it was like this street where people prostituted at, and he would like be the hideout person and like keep an eye on her, and she would like prostitute herself, and then she would give all the money to this drug dealer, and then this drug dealer kidnapped girl. I'm not lying, I wish I was. This guy, this horrible man, kidnapped girls that were like 14 and 15, and they were drug addicts, so it's not like they were already off to a bad start, you know what I mean? And they like were like runaways from home, so it's not like he would like take a girl from their house and the people would call like the cops. It wasn't like that. It was like girls that were already on the streets that were very, very young, that are really sick. Like, this disease is serious. It's really, like, I'm not joking around anymore. So anyways, and so he would kidnap these girls, and one girl tried to run away. This is my roommate who lived with this man telling me these stories. I will never forget her, and I will never forget the story she's told me. And he kidnapped these girls, and this girl tried to run away, and what he did was he made my roommate shoot her up with heroin and overdose her. And so she overdosed someone and watched them like die on the floor of a heroin overdose because she tried to run away from this man. And then the same man, when he would kill people, he would put them in the thing, like a wood chopper, I don't even know what it's called, that you would like chop wood with or shred wood, or do you get what I'm saying? Like, it would put wood into small pieces, and he would put bodies in those. And then I told her to stop telling me stories after that. I was like, I can't handle that. And that's real, true stories. Like, it's sad. Like, the people I was with in rehab, like, I was with people from all walks of the world, I guess you would say. I just finished my mascara, and like I said, I have nowhere to go, so I didn't really do it the best that I could. And I forgot to put my lash primer on, which I noticed a huge difference. So if you could take anything away from this video, it would be to get this Lancome Booster XL. I love this, I swear by it. I hope you enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me. It was kind of like all over the place. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you liked this type of video. And until next time, I'll see you next time. Bye.